Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to be talking about compound turbos. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up if you like what you see. Let's get into it. We are talking compound turbos, and we are actually talking more about the exhaust piping that goes in between. So the smaller one is the high pressure. The one that takes the air in is the low pressure. So that's the GT35. This big sucker down here. We need to work out how we're going to do the exhaust from the dump here to the exhaust side here. So I just looked on the eBays where I got this from to see how big the exhaust prop was on this, and it's about 2 inches. So it'd flow straight into that. Okay, but we want good flow, so I'm going to try to run a 2.5. This is the integral piping, just using it for size references. So we're going to have a 180 come off the dump, and I'll probably bottleneck it down to 2 inch, which should increase the velocity of the exhaust gases, and it should push it into Mr. GT35 down here a bit quicker, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, guys? My last one I did, which is this one, which is pretty manky. We had a 2.5 out, 2.5, and that's a 2 for the wastegate coming off. Obviously it's very short. Worked okay. Very cramped, but bit of a trial and error. So at the moment, with the exhaust coming down and around, it really depends on that center line radius, how tight we can get that to go back down, pretty much where the up pipe is. So it's pretty much going to run like a twin scroll manifold. So it'll be 2 pipes, but obviously they're flowing in the opposite directions. And yeah, that probably sounds stupid, but it'll come down to here. Okay, so yeah, we'll have another exhaust pipe coming down there, if you can see where that pipe goes. Pretty much to bring it to here, have a wastegate here, which it's a fair distance from the TD05, but to bypass TD05 to go up and into the GT35, it definitely speed things up in the more top end. Obviously that's only going to happen once it cracks like 15 psi, so the exhaust gases will be flowing quite a bit by then, and then obviously a 3-inch dump exhaust, depending on how we do it. It's a bit tight for room here, but we will work it out. Yeah. yeah. I do actually want to make a full 3-inch exhaust, so I do want it to go back. And obviously we're gonna, if I do have a wastegate down here, guys, we will have 2 wastegates down here, because the one that's here is actually bypassing the TD05. Then we'll need one upstream of that one to control the GT35. Makes sense? So pretty much here, I don't know, really want a 50mm again, I guess. Probably don't need a 50mm to control Mr. GT35, but yeah, looking at it now, there is actually a little bit of space to work with, especially if I'm using 2-inch piping. And yeah, I think the main thing is with the 3-inch, I have to bring it down and pretty close to this flex joint and across here, and then straight into where you can see the dump back there. I'm gonna have to bring the suspension up because it's just too low to have very important things low to the ground. So main discussion here, guys, 2-inch piping. Pretty much, I think we have 2-inch on the way up, so 2-inch on the way down would be fine too. I might take that exhaust temp out, so it'll help getting piping through. I think I might just order some 2-inch piping. 2-inch, 2.5, and see how we go. The main thing is getting the 2-inch up there. So with the steam pipe that I'll be using, it's got a pretty thick wall. So the actual ID is 2 inches, and I think it's got like a 3mm thick wall. It's schedule 40, so physically it's quite a big pipe, I believe. And so there we go. Right, that's got to come off. See, that might even, if that's the 180, like that's too much to be won't be able to get that back down where that pipe is. I guess I could pie cut. So if I get 2-inch, we'll do something similar to this. So as you can tell, I did get it quite tight. So yeah, I hit 90 degrees here. I'm not even past the flange. So say this is facing downwards, that's actually facing up. I could actually do it nice and tight. If that's the case, I'd run 2.5 and have a bottleneck into 2 before it goes next to the up pipe. Sorry guys, lots of stuff going through my head at the moment about how it's going to work. Hopefully the 2-inch floats quite well. I've been reading up about like manifolds and manifold sizing, and none of them actually go up to like 2-inch as recommended until you're up at like 6 litres. We've got a 2-litre here, but that's also only single turbo and not compound turbo. So exhaust gases are going through and expanding already and already spinning a turbo. So expand it and bring it back down, so we're creating more velocity to the big fella down here. So hopefully we can get him spinning. Because this guy's compressor actually helps spin that one up, because we are getting positive pressure to the TDO5 to begin with. So yeah, it's big circle. That one helps that exhaust spin, and that one helps that compressor spin. This setup is actually a bit more user-friendly on the street as well, because it actually spins up the TDO5 a little bit quicker, because obviously it's got pressure coming into it already. So obviously we are shortening their cooling track, so we are going to have a top mount of some sort. We'll actually get down in there tomorrow. It's quite late, it's about 11 o'clock right now at night, but we'll get in there with some piping and shove it in there. Tomorrow, throughout the day, I'll probably do an order for the steam pipe. So roughly worked it out to be a couple $100 worth of steam pipe. So yeah, the main expense is actually it's the 2.5 180. So I might have a think about that again. See from here, yeah, we have the steering knuckle there, so I'm a bit tight for room. I might even have to bring it around this way and back down. Look, I might have to do some pie cuts just to get it started, get it facing back down. I have to push those power steering lines out of the way a bit. Alrighty guys, it is the next day, so it's Thursday. Tonight I'll be editing this video for tomorrow, so we're going to make it quick. And I did actually place an order for steam pipe, so I got 2.5 and 2 inch, so I got 1 meter length of that, because I have come to the conclusion that if I just buy 180 degrees pipe, be it 2 inch or 2.5, the radius is not tight enough. The centerline radius is not tight enough to get it back down where the up goes. So I'm going to do pie cuts once again, and I will practice and get better. That's a 3 inch. Also bought 2 meters of 3 inch piping for the exhaust from Mr. GT35 there. So hopefully that'll be in mid next week, and then we can start making that. So yeah, it's moving along. Probably over the weekend or even tomorrow I'll move the fuel pressure regulator and get the top mount back on. Put the top mount over here and work out how I'm going to run that. Need to find the mounts. I've got the mount somewhere for it, and probably go fetch my original GT bonnet with the scoop. The scoop's over here, and the bonnet's at my parents' place, so I'll do that as well. For the moment, I'll probably use the internal gate on the TDO5, but just to see if everything works, and if it works really well, I may put the wastegate down the bottom, and I'll show you what I'll be doing once I get the piping. I may not do that. Should have ordered some 2.5 aluminium to get through here for the intake. I haven't ordered that that offset to 1/4 to 2.5 to get through here yet. We'll work something out for that. I'll get the exhaust run first before I do the intake. That'll be the easy part, really. I can just unbolt here so I can work in there a bit better as well. And we can probably move that catch can over here now and free up some space for some AC lines to come through. We'll get the AC compressor back on, and this will probably go, get the original overflow back in. I believe there was like a canister or something like that for the AC that went there. And I've got to find a condenser. Now a lot of people say, you know, you're going to get a lot of crud in the GT35 being low mount. I do plan on obviously having some mesh where the light is, so in this section also have a mesh on there, and also seal off the bottom. I might even try some Kevlar. Might make some Kevlar panels to go underneath, like into this section here, to seal it to obviously the inner guard plastic there as well. Yeah, we'll make it work, guys. So stay tuned, guys. We do have a lot coming up. Going to get back into fabrication, so the welding part of it. I did pick up argon the other week. We've got the welder there, and I'll practice a little bit too. Obviously we're going to get rid of all this flammable stuff from where I'm going to be welding as well. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up. I know it was a short one, more of just an update of what's going on in the next couple of weeks here at Harrod's Garage. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Be awesome. Nearly at 1,200 subscribers, and I feel like it's going out 1 or 2 every day. So, yeah, I'll catch you next week. Yeah. Bye.